just finished my first time homebuyer seminar. Literally. Just finished it. Actually, I didn't finish the presentation. I had to cut the presentation off early because they went over. But that's all right. We'll talk about it. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. There. Yeah, yes, Angie. Thank you so much, babe. I appreciate you. Angie was at the ready. She knew I was running late. She knew I was running late. What's going on? What's up? What's up? Get myself centered. Luis, Mr. Camera Junkie. What's going on? I'm extremely thirsty. I just spoke for the last hour and a half straight. Last 2 hours straight. And now I'm going to talk to you guys. What's going on? Quick question. Is there something going on with my mic delay? So now I'm going to drive you guys crazy if you didn't notice. But I've noticed the last 2 days on my end, what I'm looking like, it looks like my camera delay is, my mic delay is off. So let me know. It's supposed to be, well, I usually normally have it on 4. It is on mic delay, 4 frames per second. I meant to look at my playback earlier from yesterday's video because I noticed it. So let me know. I think, Gretchen, you were telling me yesterday. I've already lost count. But I was saying that I was on day 86 and I was on day 85 yesterday. What's wrong with me? What is cracking? Yeah. What's going on, fam? How are you guys? We are back. Let me center this. What's happening here? We are back. Hold on. Move. No. Yes. Here. We are back. Day 16. 84 days to go. 84 days to go. I had it all wrong yesterday. And Gretchen was telling me at the stream, India, you have 85 days. It's day 15. And right as I started to, it seems to be good. All right. So it's something maybe because I have you on the iPad, although the iPad is supposed to be wired. But there's on my end, it looks like there's a delay. But I was like, all right, let me call attention to it unnecessarily. Let me move this down over here, the timer that all of you guys have come to know and love. My countdown timer. Yeah. What is up, big brother? How are you? How are you doing? How's it going? Let me see. Do I want this? Yeah. It's been a minute. I just wanted to show you guys. So let's see. What do we got? You guys are talking to each other. Thank you, Lewis. Is telling me maybe a Twitch didn't notice until I pointed it out. Usually that's what happens. I point it out and then my full wrench attention now. Yes. How are you today, Mr. Moderator? What is going on? See what happens when it's a hot mess. That's what happens literally, because you probably would have caught it sooner because you are very detail oriented. Paul, you probably would have caught it sooner. And I wasn't saying anything. I think Gretchen noticed it as soon as I started saying it, which was, of course, at the end of the stream. And I was like literally on the end scene where, you guys don't see me anymore. It's that end scene. And I see Gretchen in the comments, India, day 85. It's day... Day 85. You have it wrong. It's on the, she said on the title. The title says you're at actually, and I'm like, and then I was like, no. And as I started to fix it, the stream, because the way I set my end scene up is that the stream, I put my stream to end automatically once that video stopped playing. And so right as I caught it, the stream ended and I was like, well, that's okay. Gigi, hey girl, hey Gigi, I tomorrow text me the time. I am free. I'm gonna make an appointment with Gigi right now. Please bear with me. I just finished a 2-hour first time home buyer presentation. That was not, listen, this was why we scheduled it. Tonight's live stream at 8:00. And for those of you guys that have been with me on Sunday and yesterday, I'm like, oh, well, there's no way the first time home buyer presentation will will go for 2 hours. They never go for 2 hours. The longest that it'll be is an hour and a half. So I'll be done by 7:30. I get to switch modes. I get to switch brain. Excuse me. And then I'll be ready for you guys at 8. And if I need to do some last minute preparation, I'll be fine. The lie detector test determined that that was a lie. And because I'm dedicated, that's the problem. Because I'm dedicated and because I'm committed, I took my time. I didn't rush through that present because that's not at the detriment of the people who were there for the knowledge, right? And for their wealth. That wouldn't have been fair to them had I done a half-assed job by just skipping through and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what your debt to income ratio and this is what a pity payment is and like that. No, absolutely not. So of course I took my time and then everybody started with the questions at the end. And I'm just like, this was me. Hold on. As I'm looking at the time and I'm like, the one guy came in and the one guy was like, hey, India, thanks so much. I have 3 questions. And I was like, sure, of course. And then, of course, each question was detailed. The stress. Angie texts me at, let me see, what time was it? Angie texts me at 7:52 and says, assuming you're done setting up for your live, wishing you luck and love and see you there. I text her back at 7:55 and said, I'm still on this call. I'm still on my first time homebuyer presentation. Stress. So that was my night tonight. But guess what? I'm here. I'm here on day 16 with 84 days to go because I am committed. Because it could have just, listen, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I almost considered canceling. I'm serious. I was like, I'm tired. I just spoke for 2 hours straight. And I didn't prep the way I wanted to prep for tonight. So I'm a little disappointed. A little upset. And I said, am I prepared? Am I prepared to cancel? And I said, no, absolutely not. We are not going to cancel. I'm going to come back. The community understands. I'm going to wing it. I'm going to make it happen. And we're going to continue on with 84 days to go because I've come this far. And I just knocked my monitor. Oh my God. Just knocked my monitor out of the way with my foolishness shenanigans. But that's how serious it was, guys. Like, let me check in on you in the comments. Let me see what we have here. Gretchen says profiles successfully transferred. Good. I'm glad that video was helpful. I appreciate you. Glad that so was it easy? Were you lazy? Did you do it from the sofa? How many steps? Was it under 8 steps? The way I said, was it under 8 steps? All I've had today was seltzer. No Coke. This is my high from my job, from doing a presentation, because you guys know how it is. It's like similar when you're doing a live, right? You get your endorphins going. You're like, this is why I like to especially to switch modes, because I'm like, I have to put on a lot of energy for those clients. I take my job seriously. And now I'm like, oh. So give me a few minutes. Hey, Aaron, what's going on? How are you? You guys are saying the one time that it goes for 2. The one time, right? The one time. That never happens. Listen, I was doing the math with Angie. Over the last 4 years, I have conducted over 120 first-time home buyer seminars. I have presented, I usually average about 30 a year, which over 4 years is 120. I average about 20 people, and sometimes there's like 60 people in the room. So I have presented to over 2,500 people the one time that I thought I gave myself enough time, I did not. Paul, Mr. Moderator, is reminding you guys, if you do have a question, it should look like this. Otherwise, it's just a comment. Cancel is not an option. That's what I'm talking about, Gigi. Thank you. Because in my mind, today, I would not have let you. See, guys, Angie is in my corner and you guys' corner because I'm telling you, I can make it a quickie. She would have definitely been like, no, it's okay to do a 5-minute stream. Right? Well, I did tell Angie, I'll be honest with you. And so, okay, you guys, we've been doing this now. It is officially of this 100 days of live streams. It is officially day 16, not 6, day 16. But you guys have been rocking with me for a minute now. Like all of you guys here have been rocking with me at least since the beginning of the year. And most of you guys have been rocking with me since last year. So we all know that I am very dedicated. I'm very committed. I am a perfectionist. We've spoken about that when Angie was on the stream, me trying to control everything. Because I did not get to plan the way. So here's the thing, right? So yesterday you saw I planned, I did my little PowerPoints. I went and I had my iPad, like I had my 5 W's and the H, right? My who, what, where, and why, and how. I had that filled out. I didn't get a chance to do that for today. And I was upset. I'm really feeling disappointed because I'm like, well, I lined up how great this week was going to be. And I set the expectation and I'm going to come in today and I'm just going to wing it. Who does that? Like, why do I want to do that? But I knew how loving you guys were. So I was like, all right, I can wing it. And worst case scenario is that if we don't get to everything today, we will just regroup and finish tomorrow. So I'm not going to do a half-ass job today, but we may just push back some of the rebrandly so I can do better prep and really do it the way I wanted to. Because the same way I was committed to my first-time home buyers and I refused to speed through that presentation, I'm committed to you guys. So we're going to go over rebrandly. I'm not going to do a half-ass job, right? Hey, girl. Then Sylvia Nixon, I text her first thing this morning. I'm asking her about something like with face products or whatever. She calls me. I was on the phone with Verizon. I said, I'm going to call you right back. Didn't call her. When I went to call her, I didn't call her though, but I was about to call her. She was on her live. Then she calls me, hangs up. I call her. She hangs up. Then like 10 or 15 minutes later, she calls me back and I hang up on her because I was literally starting on the presentation and she was like, really? I said, I just started a first time home buyer presentation and then I have the stream at 8. So, hey girl, hey, we will catch up tomorrow at this point. Angie, was that shade saying you don't think you can do a 5-minute 5-minute live done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 steps? I told you so. Yes. All right, good. Great. 8 steps. I love it. I love it. If India ever does a 5-minute stream, I will streak through straight down. Listen, don't tempt me. Don't you know that I love a good challenge? You guys, come on. I had to make mine short last night because I had a board meeting at 7. Oh my goodness. So I have that networking. Oh, but I protected myself on Thursday because I did it way before the networking event. We're doing it at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard this week. So if you are sending me the painting, she's talking about this painting over here. My guest check. Rich Graham loves the paint check. Sylvia, stay telling me that I'm going to send it to her in the mail. She's gone as far as telling me that I'm not being godly by not sending her this painting. Like, what? Sylvia, come again? Oh my goodness. Love it here. All the love, right? You guys are amazing. I love you guys. You guys will definitely make me feel much better. I appreciate you guys. So now that you know what happened, I'm going to have to take lots of sips, more than what I normally do. I'm worried tomorrow my voice may be a little bit hoarse because that's what happens when I speak, when I do the first time home buyer presentations. I talk straight for so long that I end up losing my voice. Chocolate Twist Yoga. Hey girl. Yeah. What's up, girl? How are you doing? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning from wherever you are checking in from. We appreciate you. It will be mine, Angie Help. Don't be trying to commandeer Angie. I don't have that camera on. You're lucky I don't have that camera on to show everybody what you're talking about. She swears that I'm gonna give her this poster. I said, I'll send you the little baby one, the one that the frame is like this big. She got so mad at me. I'm old. You should send the picture to me. You Now you're going to make me, hold on. Let me make sure I don't rip my ears out because I still didn't buy the extension. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see. I'll show you guys this picture that everyone swears that I'm going to send to them. Where's Filmic? Here. Let me see. Where's that? I don't even know where everything is. Oh, here we are. I moved around my desk. I cleaned my desk a little bit. Let's see. Let's change scenes. I ripped my ear off. I gotta order that thing today, the extension cable. I keep saying that. I sound like an old man. I gotta order the extension cable. You know. Let me see. This yeah. Yes. Hello. Let's see. Let me fix this. Oh, I forgot I had my. Oh yeah. Well, why don't we do this? Duh. Hey. Oh, that's not turning that. There it is. So this one here, this poster here, this one. Sylvia swear, and now Paul is trying to get in on it too. They swear that this guest check poster, I'm sending it to one of y'all. Listen, guys. Okay. Let's see. Let me go back. Where's my scene? Let me get my life together. Thanks for your patience. We are going to talk about some things today. Talk a little bit about some things. I need to see this pic you're sending to Sylvia. My poster. That one. Sylvia gets what Sylvia wants. What is this what is happening in these streets while I'm trying to prepare the camera? This is what is happening. Hold on. Someone pause, okay? Pump your brakes. She thinks we can hear her. You couldn't hear. Could you not hear me at all? Oh, well, you can only hear me low. Whatever. You can order the cable. I know I need to order the cable. Because Angie didn't bring the headphones like she was supposed to. That's what really happened. She didn't bring the headphones. And so I'm stuck with these. And now I really need the extension cable. But it's okay, babe. No shade. No shade to you. Although you're trying to get, Sylvia or Paul, send it to somebody. Such heavier weight. Why do I have to clip it to my shirt? Yeah, so I always clip them. The ones that I had, I would always clip it to the back of the collar back here. And I loved it. Yep, you let her know the link. I did. He did let me know the link. He also sent it to me in Messenger, Paul. So what happened was, do I have any goodies to show you? I feel like I've gotten some new things. No, I did get the 3M tape. So I started to put more of the 3M tape up. No, I don't have any goodies to show you guys. Not today. But what I did get was exciting. Not necessarily streaming, but you guys know my love of cycling. It's a cute story, actually. The cycling crew that I'm on, we're all in Slack. And so about a month ago, one of the queens, because we're called Queens Rule Together, one of the queens had posted in our thread and said, listen, there's this organization called Rooted in Vermont, and they do gravel. They're doing a free women's clinic. It's a 3-day women's clinic to show you how to learn how to ride in gravel bikes, and how to, control the gravel ride and things like that. In Vermont in June. But because it's free, there's 150 spots open. You have to submit an application. So sorry. She says, so sorry. It's last minute. the deadline is today at like 10 o'clock at night. And she sent it in the Slack thread. It had to be like 8 o'clock. Like I was done. I was upstairs. I was talking to Angie. And so I read it. And so I was telling Angie, I was like, damn, this was the conversation. I was like, damn, Michaela, why is she sending this stuff so late? And Angie's like, what are you talking about? And so then I tell her, about the clinic, and Angie knows. So there's actually a good amount of gravel trails. There's actually a gravel trail that I can leave from Angie's house and ride on. There's more gravel trails closer to her instead of road cycling trails. The paved trails by Angie, I have to drive, and it's like a 20-minute drive from her house. And it's like, who wants to ride 20 minutes before I even start? Like, who wants to drive 20 minutes even before? That's like working out. Who wants to go to drive a 20-minute to the gym? You want to drive as little as possible, because when you get that oomph, you just want to go, right? And so I've been telling Angie, I'm like, listen, I'm probably going to invest in a gravel bike, because any reason to buy another bike, right? That N+1 formula, if you know, N+1. So, and India's great at justifying. Hey girl, hey. How you doing today? Ashley, because you are here, we got to do it all the way. What's cracking, homie? How are you? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. So, I've been looking for a reason to buy a gravel bike. And I did say that I was going to spend, even if it was on the cheaper end, I'd spend about $1,500 on a gravel bike, so I can have that as a secondary bike, so that I can take it for the trails by Angie's house and also by my brother's house in Pittsburgh, because, if I go and I spend the weekend there with him, there's tons of gravel trails out there. So I want to have that versatility. Okay, so going back to the clinic, right, OBS, shh, they don't know about the N+1. Shh. So, I'm so upset because the clinic, they're hosting it. So you have to figure out your own lodging. You have to figure out your commute. It's in Vermont. I have an SUV. I love to drive. So I'm not worried about the commute. And I'm like, well, if it's just me and it's a 2-day thing, like how expensive can it really be? Everything else is going to be paid for. So I'm like, man. And Angie's like, what are you sulking about? Fill out the application. And I was like, but that means I got to type. I have to explain. And because you have to explain why you should be given one of the 150 tickets for free for this clinic. And you have to put a whole about me page. They put a question how are you going to share this with your community? I had to go into it. Hey, Dwayne, what's going on today? My good sir, I appreciate you. And so she's like, and what are you doing right now besides, right? The mom in her came out to me. It's actually, it was more that sound effect. And so I'm like, I'm talking to you. I'm tired. And she's like, but isn't this something you really want to do? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, so then go do it. I'll be here. Which, I'll be honest with you, that's a supporting, loving girlfriend. So I love you. I'm going to publicly announce I do love you. You are extremely supportive and I appreciate you, because that's what she said. She was like, this is something you want to do. It's for one of your passions. I'm going to be here. Go get off the phone with me. So begrudgingly, I was like, okay, fine. Because it's you got to turn your mind back on. You have to fill out this application. You have to I'm a woman of color and I just got into cycling and, blah, 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 all this shit that I had to eloquently articulate. And so I go and I put the application in, and it didn't take as long as I actually thought. I call her back and I was like, all right, well, I did it. And guess what? This weekend, I don't think that was a good sound effect for it. This weekend, I got the notification. I was accepted to the Rooted in Vermont Women's Clinic. I am so excited. So excited. That excited. Because you know why? Do you know why? Because this gives me an opportunity to buy that new gravel bike. That's the real. No, but really, I'm excited for that. But not just, because that's the first thing I told Angie. I was like, okay, So now I really got to go. So then wait. So then the mom and Angie, here we are, right? So the mom and Angie, because I tell Angie, I was like, I celebrated where I was like, babe, guess what? I got accepted, all this stuff. It's, June 17th through the 19th. And then what's even cooler is that another queen was also accepted for the program. And she's like 20 minutes away from me. So we'll drive up together. We're going to split the Airbnb costs. So we're really excited. Over 255 women applied and they gave away 150 free, spots. Obviously people may not, go and stuff, but it's a huge thing. I'm really excited. So then I send Angie the link that it tells you a little bit more in depth about the clinic. So Angie was at the salon getting her hair done. So she's sitting in the chair, right? Reading, texting me. And so then, like I said, it's like N+1. I'm like, well, I get to go buy a new gravel bike. I have to save up money before June so that I can buy a new gravel bike. And she's like, wait, what? So then she stops texting me. And less than 3 minutes later, Angie copy and pastes the section of the website that they posted and said, if you need access to a gravel bike, please let us know and we'll help assist you in locating a demo so you can go ahead and make sure that you have one. And I told her, I was like, babe, yeah, I read that part, right? Like a big kid. I was like, I know. I read that they'll help me get one. And then my justification, because if it's anything, I'm a good salesperson. I'm like, but what good does it do? If I go to your house, I want to be able to ride the trail behind your house. And if I get a rent one there, I still got to buy a bike. So I might as well buy the bike that I'm going to learn. Right. Gigi, like she knows that. Right. So, she was trying, but that's the mom in her trying like, no, you're not going to pass. What is it? You're not going to pull the wool over my eyes. You're not going to pass the fast one on me. Like they'll help you get one. But overall, I am so excited for that. It's a 3-day thing from Friday all the way to Sunday. They show us, different trails, types of gravel and stuff. And Paul, I did see your comment earlier, and you guys, Paul has known because he's heard about me hurting myself. You guys knew that I pull my shoulder. I've fallen a few times. The first bike, the blue Trek bike that I have, that's my second bike because my first bike, I fell going probably about 18 miles an hour. My pedal locked up. I flew off the bike and cracked my fork on a road bike. So, but that's all right because I still want to gravel. I've gotten much better. I haven't, knock on wood, I think I've mastered clipping in and out. I go a little bit slower on the curves and things like that. So, yeah, let me check on you guys, but I am really excited, like really. And then I was very grateful for Angie because she was really supportive. She really pushed me. I was being lazy, and very encouraging. And I was really happy to share the news with her with as encouraging as she was. So thank you. I appreciate you. She doesn't have to have a new bike. I'm pretty sure she could rent one. Just saying, listen, Angelica, listen. So you have to pass through Albany to get to Vermont. So you have to stop by and bring Angie. So I did tell Angie, listen, right? Traveling studios. I may have an excuse. It's 6.5 hours away from my house in Philly, which is not bad. I did tell Angie to come and take a weekend and she can hang out in the Airbnb if I end up renting the whole house or whatever while I do the gravel rides. Trying to find an excuse. Yes. So where are you going to put the new bike? So here's the thing. This bike I bought that bike as a commuter bike, like just hang out, go to Center City. It's an older bike. It's not as comfortable. It is my size, but it's not as comfortable as I would like. Like I compare this commuter bike with my Trek bike and I just feel absolute joy when I get on my Trek bike. And so I think that the geometry, because that's a bike, I think it was made in the 90s or the 2000s, the geometry on that bike versus my bike up there, I'm just not happy with it. So and that's why I put it on the trainer, but with the components, because it has, and for those of you guys that know about cycling, it's Dura Ace components. There are older components, but I've taken them now to 3 different bike shops and all of the bike techs have been floored at the condition of the bike and the components. I paid $200 from one of the cycling crews that I ride with. He gave it to me for $400 rather. And I did post it on Reddit to ask because, they got all those threads. And before I took it to the bike shops, the guys on Reddit were like, listen, those components are worth $400 to $500 by itself. That's not including the condition of the bike, the frame, etc. So definitely get it. And then I've taken it to 3 different bike shops. 2 were Trek and another one called Cusicle out here in Philly. The bike techs all fell in love with it and they all said the same thing. They were like, how much did you pay for this bike? The components are worth more. So I know that I can sell it. And so it's like one of those things. Do you guys have anything like that in your home that you like covet because you know the value of it, but you're not using it? And I can like sell it. And I know that I'll use a gravel bike way more than what I will. It's been sitting on the trainer and I haven't even trained indoors. So I'm like 99% sure that I'm just going to sell it. I probably can sell it if I wait. Like if I put it for sale now and if I wait, I hold off long enough, I probably can sell it for probably $500 or $600 and then save that money and apply it towards a new bike because I was looking at bikes. I do love Trek because of the customer service that they have in the stores. Every single Trek, except for the one that's in Center City downtown. Every single Trek that I've been to, including the one that's in Connecticut by Angie's house, the one that's in Cherry Hill in New Jersey, and then the one that I go to in Manayunk in Philly, their customer service has been amazing. So they've made a dedicated customer out of me, a loyal customer out of me. So I feel like I'm going to get a checkpoint. Although there are a few other options with the cycling club that I'm in. I found out today that we don't get discounts on bikes at Trek, but there's another bike store called Bustleton Bike that they give us like 13% off of. So I'm definitely going to go there first to see what their options are because 13% off of, $1,000 bike, that's $130. And if I get a $2,000 bike, that's $260. So that's a pretty penny. That's like the tax right there can make a big difference. So I'm going to start there. And then if I sell the bike, right, that'll help me recoup some of the money. And now I'm like even more motivated because I need to have me a new gravel bike by the time June comes around. So I'm excited. And to answer your question, Paul, where am I going to put the bike? It'll probably be down here because that won't be in its place. I keep the other one. I got a bike mount. And so I do keep the other one upstairs on the brick wall coming down here. It's right at the top of these stairs mounted on the wall. But I don't have that many more places if I were to continue to buy. So, but listen, I'll figure it out when the time comes. That's how I feel about that. There's never too many bikes or guitars, right? That's what I'm talking about. Only a cyclist knows. And Paul, you used to be a cyclist, so I don't want to hear it. Angie, I do. Listen, Angelica, I have 2 whole extra bedrooms because I have a guest bedroom that is barely used. We could take that whole plant out. Listen, I could take that whole plant out. I can put a bike right there. And then all along here, I can line up. I got the space, y'all. I will find the space. Don't test me. Kevin Cox, how are you today? What is going on? Yeah. What's cracking? Needs versus wants. You know what, Gigi? Now you sound like the business world. Let me look at my bank schedule real quick. Because I said that, so I'm going to do, forgive me, but let me just tell Gigi tomorrow because I think I have like 1 appointment. And you said the morning works. I'm actually wide open tomorrow. My first appointment tomorrow, Gigi, is at 2:00. So if you want, text me. I got my phone too close to the microphone. If you want, text me what works. But if you want to do like at 10 or 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, we can talk at 10 or 11 o'clock. Just text me so I can block it off on my work calendar. Whatever works for you. So one is mounted on the wall. The other is her trainer bike. No space. Angelica Jimenez. Stop giving my business, okay? Stop giving my business. You will now have to crawl over 2 bikes. That's true. If I put another one here, right? That is, Paul, you right. Speaking of writing, I think I might be commuting 300 miles in April for America. Oh, committing. Got it. But that's exciting. That's 300 miles in the month of April. So what, 75 miles, 60, 120. How many miles is that a week? Like average about 75 miles. So how many days if you do like 20 miles a day? You could do it. You could do it. That's exciting. That's dope. That's real dope. There are some things that are worth it. Absolute. Caleb, how are you doing today? Caleb, what? Yeah. Loving the countdown timer. I was worried of being late, but there seems to be. Listen, Caleb, let me tell you a secret. Don't get people started on that countdown timer. They hate it. They hate the countdown timer. They say that it's silly and it's just a quote unquote suggestion. Whatever. That's the thing. Once you find a brand that works for you, right? It works. Absolutely. And I love Trek. I mean, the bike has been great itself. It's very comfortable. So I would like to go with the Trek Checkpoint, which is a gravel bike that, so one of the things on my bucket list came in too early back for bike talk. Bad bike acquisition. Yes, bad. Yeah, listen, K-Walk. That is a real thing. We could talk. Keith, when I was at Keith's house, Keith has like 4 bikes in his house. Let's see. 11, that works. 11, just text me if you haven't. My phone's on Do Not Disturb, so I don't know if you text me or not, but if you didn't text me, so like that, as soon as I get off the stream, I'll just put it on the work calendar, and then we will talk tomorrow morning. People a video. Well, darn. How do you have a ticket already? That's quick. 10 per day. All right, that's good. Easy. Aaron says, are you using the Rode Wireless Go 2 plus Rodecaster for the presentation? So today I did not. Today I used just the overhead camera for my presentations, which hooks up pretty much the same with the 3.5 millimeter adapter to XLR and my Rodecaster. Last week I did a stream and I did just use, it was one of the Canva presentations. And when I remember, I'll tag you in the video, Aaron, because one of the live streams that I did last week, on one of the Canva days, I had the lapel on with the Rode Wireless Go, and then I connected it to the computer and I did the live stream that day. Do you know what I learned? I was doing research. Do you know what I learned? Because I want to make sure that I try to get the best possible sound, so you know that I got like the little panels and things like that. Apparently, I've been putting the lapel here because if you have a t-shirt, right, it clips. It clips to like here. And usually if you have a shirt or a jacket, the lapel will clip to the jacket that way. I don't have them down here. They're all upstairs. So in order to get the best sound quality, and I know it doesn't sound too great because I'm not talking so close, but I want to show you. Apparently, in order to get the best sound quality from a lapel, idealistically, the lapel should actually be placed here, because exactly what I was hearing, which it made 100% sense, the closer to your throat, you're actually blocking off a lot of your natural sounds. So when sound engineers if you don't have a place for them to clip it to, like a jacket or a shirt, like an open button down shirt or a jacket over here, where they said in this area is going to be the best sound, then they will use the tape, the medical tape, and actually tape the lapel to your chest and have it go there so that the sound is coming from here up. So I didn't know that, and that makes sense. And if you look at people who do use lapels, a lot of them will actually, and even in the Rode Wireless Go videos, if they're using the Rode Wireless Go clipped, they actually the guy has a button-down shirt open over a t-shirt so that it's clipped on to the open part of the button-down shirt. Which when I saw that one video, the guy had a sound engineer on, and he does this with like TV and different interviews and stuff. I was like, oh, and the way he explained it. So when I usually put it here, it doesn't sound the best. So I do want to try. I'm going to try that if I either have my hoodie or throw on one of my button downs over it and clip it And I want to test that out as well. So we don't hate it. It is just a suggestion. ALC, San Francisco to LA. Oh, that's the thing, June 5th to the 11th. So I'm going to plan for that maybe next year. That's what I was saying, one of my bucket list items. You guys are talking. Now you have Bass Gas. Right, exactly. Thanks, K-Walk. I appreciate you. Are there affiliate links to the people of video? I use moleskin tape. Ooh, Carlos, you got to send me the link to that. Moleskin tape. What about using one of those invisible things? Oh, that's what you just said. Yes, Obs. That is what we just said. The tape would do wonders on my Latin macho. So they did talk about that. They did talk about that in the video as well, that for men that are a little bit hairy, it does kind of suck if you have to put it there, if there's no other place. And what the sound engineer did say, so it depends on the t-shirt. Again, if you have a t-shirt that it's a thicker material, or that the material is a little bit more flexible, that you won't see it, he will actually, in a circumstance like yours, will tape the lapel to the shirt. But it needs to be like a little bit looser and more pliable so that you don't see that there's a lapel there and that there's something taped there, and you also don't want it constantly rubbing. So it depends on the material of the shirt as well. So how cool is that? Provided a link last year. Be doing ALC next year too. Yes. So the other things, let me lower this. I raised the brightness to talk to you guys about that. And I'm like, why is this blinding me? And I didn't do none of Rebrandly. So tomorrow we're going to do Rebrandly, guys. Thank you for being patient. I could have done it off the cuff, but clearly you can see I didn't get on my topic today because that first time home buyer seminar took a lot out of me. And I don't want to half-ass the information for tonight. So we'll just do it tomorrow. But since we're talking about gravel and we're talking about like bucket list items and the ALC and Kevin doing the cancer for American Cancer Society, one of my bucket list items has also been to do backpacking for like 2 or 3 days, to be able to like go somewhere on my bike like that you can't really go by car, and just see amazing views and the sunset and the sunlight and things like that. And so that's another reason for getting a good quality gravel bike that has a lot of mounts and stuff. So like that eventually, as I continue to learn gravel riding and learning trails and stuff, I want to be able to backpack somewhere, or bike backpack, whatever that's called. So yeah, there's that. What else? That's it. Today, that was, it was fun. I mean, I enjoy doing what I do, but when it throws me off completely of my game, and it was not what I really genuinely thought that I was going to have enough time. Thank God I listened to Angie and I did order food, and I said, and I knew, because I was like, oh, maybe I'll be able to cook. And I was like, no, it was like 3:00 and I was like, darn, I didn't cook already. And so I'm going to start the presentation. I need to plan for my stream tonight, and then I'm going to go straight from the presentation to stream. I'm not going to have enough time. So Angie was like, well, you might as well order now, because by the time the food comes and you eat, you get to relax and rest. And I kind of fought her a little bit, and I was like, oh, but I'm not really hungry. Oh, I don't know. It's still too early. Thank God that I listened to her, because the food took about 45 minutes. So it took much longer than anticipated. And then I ate and I rested, and I've been nonstop since then. So Aaron says, question, can you try, when you can, not today, using a magnet to fix it in place and see if it affects the sound quality? Yeah, I'll definitely do that. I thought about that, and I know you had recommended that before. They have their little, the road magnets that you can put. I don't have any magnets, but they're like $20. I was thinking about getting it. So I'll definitely try that, and we can start. We can give that a try. Kevin says, I know this is not your actual business, but any recommendations for small business banks? I would say to look for anything that you can get that either has, and it's really hard with small businesses that will either waive the fees or have very minimal balance requirements. So Kevin, where are you? East Coast, West Coast? I don't remember where you are. Let me know. So I know TD Bank, they're East Coast from Maine to Florida, and I think their Simply Business checking is like a $200 minimum requirement. And if you can't keep the $200, the fees is like very little fees. So, okay, so TD Bank is not an option for you. I would say, and I was looking at, for me personally, I was looking at Capital One. I already have my regular Capital One 360 checking account, and they have small business accounts. And I think they're definitely, well, you can get it online. So with something like that, definitely check them out online too. The most important things that I would recommend, like from a banker's perspective, is what do you need to waive the minimum criteria? And then you also want to see, I mean, depending on what you're looking to do, that some banks will charge you like on like transaction, like if there's checks or ACHs and things going like that. So Gigi coming in with a great recommendation. Local credit unions do very well with small businesses, 0 fees. So that's another thing to check out. Absolutely. And I agree 100%. Check out any local credit unions, because the other thing with 0 fees with the credit unions is that they will also be more, more willing, more flexible with if you need like a business credit card and small business loans and things like that. So great suggestion, Gigi. Thank you so much. So there you go. Start there. Of course, anytime. Credit unions are the way to go as much as possible. See, there you go. All right, you guys. Gigi says, I so wanted to take the bike and camp out, but now due to my accident, that bucket list is a big no. Don't say it's a no. Listen, you just have to just work around it. So don't ever say it's a no. I might help you. We might figure it out. We might figure out a way on how it can be done. But most of the big banks were at least $2,000 minimum balance, and then fees on top of that required opening a credit card. So I remember when I used to work for TD Bank, that's why I know that they had just changed that structure with like, it was like Simply Business checking, but you're on the West Coast, so can't help you there, buddy. Sorry. Excuse me. Thank you, Gigi. See, come on, Obs. You know you're talking to the right crew to get you out of those negative self-talks. You can do it. We just may have to do it differently. And I'm all for, we can make that a bucket list item thing together so we can plan it. So previous question about having something that you possibly sell. Yeah, I need to sell my surly long haul trucker. I had a Brooks saddle, so many things. The Brooks saddle, you can get some money from that, your daily commuter. Yeah, definitely get some money. Thank you, my good sir. I appreciate you. You're the best. Check out the local credit. Yeah, let us know. Once you check it out, definitely come back. Let us know in the comments, because all of us in some shape or form may either are currently entrepreneurs. I need to open up my business checking account. I've been lazy. I need to finish like that whole process. Don't judge me, but anything you get back, and I will do some research on my end as well. And my computer just kind of did something weird. So tomorrow we will be back with, and so it's cool, but tomorrow we will be back with Rebrandly. We will do it. I will do it right with my 5 W's, do the presentation. I'll show you guys some things, the features and benefits of Rebrandly, setting it up, the links, the tracking, all of that good stuff. Excuse me. We are going to definitely talk about, because both it was, Paul was asking me for the templates, because he thought for some reason this week I was going to go over the 100-day planners and the notability planner. And then Aubrey and someone else, it was like the 3 of you guys all, I guess because I spoke about it, you guys were all like, hey, are you doing that today? And I was like, no, that's next week. This week is all just Rebrandly and domains and all of that good stuff. So I am excited to start with that there. A bit hesitant to go on an online only route. Keep looking. Yeah, so the credit union might be a good bet. I'll be honest with you. I've had, for my personal checking account, I've had 360 for forever. I've very rarely needed anything, because with the way they set up their ATMs and stuff, although they have had ATMs that I've been able to deposit checks, cash the same day and stuff. So I need something to have like access for like same day. So be honest, since everything is digital, I never stepped foot into a bank. Yeah, it was very rare circumstances where I needed to like deposit cash same day. So that's something to look into, but I don't miss it. Like I don't miss having a an actual brick and mortar bank, my 360 account has been doing wonders for me. Says, thanks for inspiring me. I decided to start a 100-day challenge ride and write for 100 days. Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's exciting. You're very welcome. You are very welcome. Gretchen says, come out, ride and camp through the San Juan. Why did I say it like that? San Juan. I'm not Puerto Rican. San Juan Island. Why did I say it like that? Because I'm tired. That's why. San Juan Islands in Washington. Take ferries between 5 islands. See whales, wildlife, and some incredible views. Listen, that sounds very, very tempting and motivating. That might be a good backpacking trip to plan. That's super dope. All right, you guys. It's been 51 minutes. Today I'm actually tired. I'm going to call it a day. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are so amazing coming through. We are on day 16, 84 days to go, 16 days down. It's so dope. Oh, you know what? I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you guys or not. I'll let the cat out of the bag. What is it? It's better to ask for forgiveness than what it is for permission. Next week, Wednesday, ECAM is hosting right before the end of Women's History Month finishes up. ECAM will be hosting a women's panel on women live streamers and women in content creation. And guess who will be there? Your one and only girl. I'll be one of the panelists on. And so that's next week. It's actually that'll be another day that I'll have to adjust the time because I also have another networking mixer the same day. So next week will be a little bit busier, but that's the challenges, right? The challenges of real life stuff. I committed to do this. I'm finding a way to plan better, it's helping me stay focused, and just stay on track and really streamline all the things that I need to do and not waste as much time, not lollygag around. So I appreciate. Tire area is amazing. We hit that on our way back. Oh, that's cool. Did the damn thing. Thank you. You guys are so, I love you guys. I am back on track, right? We're back on track. Day 16, 84 days to go. You guys are awesome. Pulling my NDA. Damn it, Paul, I knew it. I should have said, let's, what is it? It's called deafen on Discord. You can deafen and they can't hear it. So I should have just deafened Paul's headset in his stream so he couldn't hear that. But it's exciting. Listen, let's create the plug. I mean, unless it doesn't, what's the worst? Like I said, it's better to ask for forgiveness. Paul, don't go being a tattletale, Paul, okay? Don't go telling Katie. Gonyo. I know you know what that means. Carlos says, you're making this happen. Me making this happen is incredible. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. So let's do what we do and let's rock out. Tomorrow we will be back at our regular scheduled programming at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be ready for you guys. We're going to talk about Rebrandly, bringing your domain in and really utilizing and taking your personal marketing and your personal brand to a whole nother level. I will catch you guys mañana. Thank you.